What is up? I'm at a beautiful park right now, and today I want to talk about slowing down to speed up. I just feel like this is a very good theme on my channel right now because I just got out of a slump, as you guys probably know from my last 2 episodes. If you've been following, obviously no one's watching my videos, but that's all good. I'm not doing this for the views. I'm doing this for legacy, and mainly the weird reason for why I'm doing this, quick tangent, is I want to have a portfolio of my thoughts for when I die. My children, hopefully when I have them, can look back on these and say, huh, so that's what my dad thought. Or maybe my grandchildren in the future could be like, huh, so that's what my grandfather thought. So I don't really care about the views. I just thought this would be an awesome experiment for me to just put my thoughts out there. And so today I want to talk about going slow to speed up, because I just got out of a slump and I do a ton of journaling and a ton of reflecting. As you might find in my videos, I love to journal, I love to reflect, and I do believe that it is a keystone habit for people who are looking to achieve massive success in life. So I just figured that this is a really interesting and important key concept, because life, much like driving, you can't just floor it all the time. You know, there has to be key points where you brake so that you can navigate uncertainty, right? So like something that I came across in my journal, which was, I thought it was a beautiful analogy, is imagine you are taking a road trip to a beautiful place, right? You gotta take the highway for a little bit. Then you have to slow down so that you could take the exit off of the highway to get onto maybe a back road. Then that back road is gonna lead you to even more obscure and harder to drive roads if you're really looking to go somewhere for perhaps a hike, let's say. You're gonna be potentially driving on the side of a cliff that is windy and narrow, right? So let's walk through that, right? You got to go fast, or you can go fast on the highway, because that's what that specific road calls for. But then you have to slow down to get off of the highway, number one. And then you have to slow down when you're going onto the back roads, because it's not just a simple shot, straight shot, right? So much like driving on the road, life is very much the same, right? You have to slow down at key points in time in order to speed back up, right? I was just thinking about this because so often so here's the thing, right? Momentum is a beautiful, beautiful thing, but momentum is very much like this concept that I'm trying to describe, because you can get a ton of momentum, but what people don't talk about is when you're gathering these successful days and these successful outcomes, you get this sense of overconfidence and arrogance about you. And arrogance is the same, too much arrogance basically creates the same outcome as too little confidence, because you're gonna blow up, right? If you're too arrogant and you're too confident, you're gonna take a fat L that's gonna make you blow up. If you're too not confident and you have zero self-esteem and zero motivation, you're just not gonna go anywhere. So you kind of get to the same point from either side of the spectrum. And what people don't talk about with momentum is that in order to keep it, you have to learn how to slow down at key points in your momentous move, right? So you might be going like this, and you might create an artificial sort of dip so that you can slow down to speed right back up again. And I don't know if you guys kind of are catching what I'm trying to explain here. It's really, really complex. It's really complex stuff. It's so simple to overlook, because it's so easy to just think, hey, I'm just gonna do this every day, boom, 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 and I'm just gonna like go, I'm gonna fly to the moon and be super successful. But the truth is that keeping momentum is easy in the beginning, but as it kind of becomes that new level of standard that you're used to, there's got to be some sort of a slow move that you have to make in order to pick back up into that new level of momentum. I don't know if that makes sense. It might make sense, it might not make sense, but just think about the fact that when you leave your house, you speed up. When you make a turn, you got to slow down, hit that turn. When you make that next turn, you got to slow down, hit that turn to speed right back up, right? And then when you go onto the highway, that's when you're a bullet. But then you have to slow down to maybe get onto another highway, right? So that's equivalent to momentum, manufacture a small dip, momentum, right? And that's how you want to kind of ride it. That's the only way that you just keep going up. The only way you keep going up is by reassessing, taking it slow so that you can speed back up. Another analogy actually could be, I'm just thinking out loud right now, but it could be in relation to surfing, right? You have a surfer who is paddling out to the depths of the ocean to catch a wave potentially. And 80 to 90% of his time, he's just paddling out there. And he's speeding up in his process. He's building momentum until finally he gets to the point where he's sitting on the waves looking for one to pounce on to obviously surf. And he gets onto that wave, and that is kind of like the peak of his momentum. That's the peak of his wave, right? Because momentum comes in waves, like I just suggested, right? So let's say he catches a wave, he surfs, and he's having a great time, and he crashes. He's surfing, he's having a great time, and then obviously he knows that he can't surf the wave forever. So by him knowing that, he can preempt himself. Okay, I'm done. Now I have to be okay with slowing down and speeding up through that motion of swimming back up to the wave. I hope this is making sense. I don't know if it is, but I think it's a very important concept for someone to try and internalize and understand, really, because it's so easy to speed up. It's so easy, but just like a car can't speed up forever, nor would you want it to speed up forever, neither can we. And I feel like the thought is like, oh, I'm just gonna go ham. You know, I always hear people saying I'm gonna do these challenges, I'm just gonna go hard for 30 days. Dude, that's not sustainable. That just doesn't make sense. Like, you're not building true momentum. You're not building a true trend. You want to be trending in the right direction. You don't want to just have a sick wave up and then a huge crash down. You want to be trending slow and steady up, manufacture that dip, slow down, and trend right back up there. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave it there. I think that this was a very productive conversation and a very productive thought process. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this beautiful breeze. Like, I wish you guys could feel this. It's 85 degrees right here, but as you can see, I'm under this beautiful shaded area and it's just to die for right now. So if you like this kind of content, please like, comment, subscribe. I want to know what you guys are thinking, so please comment below. I would love to know. I mean, that's the whole point of this thing. But I understand that there's millions of others doing the same thing that I'm doing, so no worries at all if the algorithm doesn't find me, and if the algorithm doesn't find you. But if it does find you, then take this as some sort of divine timing that this found you and you found me. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.